do transits work? I am so glad you asked. Hi, it's Jess here. Practical astrology, I mean, the things that we can use on a day-to-day basis and depend on to give us the weather report, as I like to say. Practical astrology is generally divided into two arenas. One of them is your natal chart, which does not change. The natal chart is a snapshot of the sky at the precise moment that you popped out of somebody's vagina. The natal chart will show you 9 planets, not just your sun sign. 9 planets, plus the sun, plus the moon, the nodes, and a couple of other things. Those placements will be reconciled against the geographical location of your birth, your place of birth. And this creates your personal houses. So that whole clock, that 3-ring clock with the 9 to 15 hands, depending on how complicated you want to make your reading, how accurate you want to make your reading, to be honest, that is the fixed energy signature with which you walk through this entire life with, okay? From baby to in the ground. So in the universe, right? Universe means one song. This energy signature is your personal frequency. It is the note that you play in this great symphony. I call it your personal gravity, okay? Some areas of life are going to be easier for you, and some areas of life are going to be a lot more difficult depending on this gravity that you walk with. It's your personal gravity. So some people are really musically inclined. Some people are really great with plants. Some people are really great with animals. Some people can't whistle. That's all going to be in there. Now, every 2 weeks, I send out and record for the podcast on Spotify and Amazon Music, so please subscribe if you have not yet. Jess Rose, Lunar Energy Advisory with Jess Rose. These energy advisories are where I break down in a very concise and relatable, and might I add, hilarious way, a relatable synopsis of what's going on in the sky and how it is playing with our little bodies and minds. So that's what I do every 2 weeks. You get them. If you don't, let me know. You can be on it. It's super simple. But these reports are transit reports, right? I am telling you about the transitional motion of the living sky. So all the shit up there is rotating and orbiting and revolving in their elliptical patterns. Mars has his pattern. Venus has her pattern. Neptune, Uranus, every big-ass rock in the cosmos has its precise train tracks that it goes around in, and it might take 84 years, it might take 7 years. They are all on their own tracks, moving around each other up there, and naturally, these lines of motion are going to intersect. So when this happens, think of it instead of like a single note on the piano. Now, all of a sudden, multiple lines of energy are converging. We have a chord. So if these energies are complementary, it's going to sound really nice, right? Life gets easier. The universe is flowing in our favor. They're playing our song. If these crisscrosses are not complementary, it can be pretty harsh. Car accidents, sudden money losses, something breaks in your house, interpersonal conflicts, you say the wrong thing at the wrong time, a seagull flying overhead craps in your ice cream cone. It's all gravity. If you want to get really heady and advanced with this, these angles create and contain the energy field known as the human reality experience by governing electricity, fire, energy, air, earth, and water of literally everything. So do you remember that show WandaVision or even The Matrix, right? It's all a construct. Back to beginner-friendly level, the ups and downs of your lived life experience are influenced by the movement of the living sky above us, right? Everything up there is moving. NASA will confirm. Astronomically verifiable. Where these placements and motions go relative to your natal astrology chart, so that's like your true north, right? That doesn't change, but everything around it does change. So as things move around the fixed points of your natal chart, that is how we encounter these fluctuations and these real-time transits. So say a planet is transiting over your natal moon. or there's a solar eclipse on your natal Saturn placement. That's the universe playing a chord on your personal note. So it can sound great, and you can find the perfect house, or finally finish the project that you wanted to work on, or you have a day where you just find free parking and $20 bills all day long. Or it can sound like a seagull crapping on your ice cream cone. So how to work with this? I'm going to make it really simple with a model here. So we have this piece of paper with plastic on it, and we have a droplet of, let's get a droplet of water. Okay, so that droplet of water right there is you, right? Human bodies, we're 70% water, so that's us, that's you. You are bound to and part of the physical reality of this earthly plane of existence, right? So we're little water droplets on a plane of existence right here. And as those transits happen around us overhead, you know, it gives your little water droplet one hell of a ride, right? We're slipping and sliding all through life here. Here's the thing. Unlike this little water droplet here, you are human and walk with the gift of free will, right? So we do have freedom of choice. We cannot decide. We have no control over what happens up there in the sky around us, but we can control how we handle and position ourselves, key here, position ourselves to handle these fluctuations, so we're not spread thin and we will wobble in all over the place here in our little plane of existence, right? We can find a trajectory that we want to go towards and position ourselves, posture ourselves in a better way to get there, or to not be so rocked and rolled and dispersed. So here is the key to winning this game. I kind of just gave it to you already. When transits occur, positive or negative, you need to be informed on them. What's coming ahead? What's the weather report? What energy signatures am I about to collide with? Okay? You need to be informed on them so that you can position yourself in such a way to maintain and or maximize your ideal flow. Just like in an earthquake or in a fire drill, depending on where you live in the world, you have different natural disasters, but we all prepare for them. We are all given a drill, an earthquake drill, a fire drill, a hurricane drill. This is what you do in the event of a big natural energy surge, which those are. There's a plan in place. Here is where we put ourselves. This is how we respond to minimize damage and maximize peace. Astrological transits are no different. Posture your being and your mindset in a way that supports optimal gain. Easy. So these shifts are inevitable. You will not win by trying to overpower them. You are not stronger than the volcano. You gotta surf those waves, homie. Resisting the external forces is how people lose big time. You are not meant to stay the same. Life is a journey. We are meant to flow across this plane of existence. Life is a journey of conscious evolution. We're meant to grow and expand. We're meant to spiral upwards in experience. And you cannot evolve if you're curled up in a dense little ball, right? Earthquakes, hurricanes, and tornadoes love dense, rigid structures. Why? Because dense, rigid structures come down real fun. It's real fun to knock those things down, and you get a lot of damage when that happens. So don't get knocked down. Know your transits, prepare accordingly, and put yourself in a position to receive a leg up from the universe. Get it? Okay. Questions? Email me. Drop them in the comments below. Be in peace. Go in love. My name is Jess, and I have your best interest at heart.